The Athletes Connection asks you to support local businesses that support our local students and schools. Thank you.
Well, if this is some of the hottest that these kids have ever been at this rugby camp, the St. Thomas rugby coaches are hoping that they'll be smarter than they ever been in rugby after the end of this week. In already sweltering temperatures, it's not even 10:30 in the morning yet, and we're already approaching, if not surpassing, 90 degrees. The first ever St. Thomas rugby camp. About 50 to 60 campers behind us, some from as far away as Austin. A couple players from Round Rock, Stony Point actually have come into Houston to be at this camp to learn a little more and help advance the sport in other areas of the state. Going through plenty of drills, just doing some kicking drills right now. They'll be taking place in some simulated games later on, and all that is with the hope of advancing rugby more in the state of Texas. Two of our younger campers here at the St. Thomas Rugby Camp. We'll let them talk to themselves. We have one. We're going to bring in another here in just a second. This is the youngest camper. Introduce yourself. What's your name? How old are you? And where are you from?
My name is John Dale Fitzpatrick, and I'm 8 years old, and I'm from Houston.
Tell us why are you here? Do you like rugby? Kind of what brought you here?
I like rugby, and I came here because my dad's a coach here, and he thought it'd be really fun, and I enjoy it.
What do you like about it so far?
So far, I'm not sure. Everything's so fun.
I'm Peyton Pardee, and I'm 11, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
And where do you go to school?
I go to school at St. Vincent de Paul.
Have you been a rugby fan? Did you know a lot about the game before you came to this camp?
I knew a little bit because I've watched 1 or 2 games.
What do you like about it so far? Something maybe you're picking up that you didn't know before?
Yeah, I like that there are no forward passes, so it kind of puts a little bit of some trickiness to the game, so you got to be careful about that.
Okay, we're back here at the camp. We have a couple out-of-town campers that are coming in. Introduce yourself. I know you guys play for another team here in Texas. Introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from.
I'm Seth Buchonic. I'm from Round Rock, from Stony Point High School. And I'm Dylan Buchonic, and I also play for Stony Point in Round Rock.
Now, rugby certainly is a pretty developed sport. They've had it here for a long time. Is that the case at Stony Point? Are you guys a couple years into your program? How's the sport progressing out there?
This past season was our first season. We have a new coach that was... He was a coach at his university, and he also played there. So when he came here, it was his first year teaching at Stony Point. So he decided to get together some kids and make it an actual club at Stony Point. So it was our first year this just past season. So it's fun. I'm glad that our school got to join like all of these really like high-ranked schools and play them.
Had you guys known much about it before it came to your school?
Not really. My brother joined it, like the beginning of it. He was talking to me about some of it, and I was playing football at the time, just in off-season. And I just decided I wanted to play.
Now tell us, how did the season go with it being a pretty much new sport to a lot of people?
Well, I mean, since it was the first season and we had a lot of new kids who really didn't know anything about rugby, so we practiced as much as we could, but we actually only won 3 games out of our 10, but I mean, just being able to win 1 game for a first-year team was amazing in itself, so we were all pretty happy.
What are you guys picking up here this week? I'll ask you first.
Picking up here? I really wanted to pick up stuff for the backs to take back to my school and show our school some new things that we can do during practice that will improve our game.
Any technical points or lessons stand out to you so far through the first day and a half of camp here?
Well, I learned a little more on speed and passing, and I just wanted to learn more about forwards and what they do and how they do it here too. And I could bring it back to our school and teach a little bit more of the forwards about it too.
All right, well, we've talked to a couple junior high kids, one elementary school, two guys from Round Rock Stony Point in to kind of figure out what's going on here at St. Thomas, and now we have two Eagles joining us. Introduce yourself, your name, grade, and your position.
Paul Rogers. I'm going to be a senior next year, and I'm a center for St. Thomas.
I'm Jonathan Cohen. I'm going to be a freshman next year, and I haven't really played rugby before, but it's a new experience, and I like it.
Paul's name sounds familiar. It's because he was one of the kids who was able to have a pretty prestigious trip earlier this year. Kind of talk us through what, after having gone to Europe, tell us what are you kind of wanting to impart to some of these younger guys here who are here at the camp this week?
I think when we have the guys that go to the big trips and whatnot, or the more experienced players, it's real fun to have the younger kids come so we can show that, you know, you come to St. Thomas, you got great players here, and that you can show them that, you know, this is the home for rugby. And it's like this camp is a perfect example that we're showing. It's the first camp in Texas for high school students to come and play rugby, and it's real good jump start and whatnot to get on the rugby program.
This kind of helps you keep touch with basics as well. I mean, you know, no matter how many trips you make, I guess it never hurts to really, you know, see and just kind of revisit your roots, I suppose.
Yeah, it's good to get back and play over the summer. Some people don't play year-round rugby. I'm kind of getting into it, but it gets you in shape, it gets you working, it gets kids learning the sport early.
What got you into it? Were you related to somebody here at St. Thomas, or did rugby just look fun to you and you just want to come out and try it? Or?
Well, my brother comes here, and I was going to come here, and I've always wanted to try it at least. But, like, coming out here and trying at the camp, and it's been really fun. So I can't wait till this year.
How about some of the stuff you're picking up this week? Anything jumping out to you through about a day and a half now at camp?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so much that you can learn. I mean, it's not even hard to learn because these coaches are so great, and all these older guys, they really know what they're talking about. And so it's just a great learning experience, and you get to learn how to play the game and have a lot of fun doing it.